Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Prince Ernie and his companions Indy, Sadie, and Tennison managed to get the final orb, the silver orb from the shrine beyond the cave of Necrogrond. So it's a pretty tough cave, but we managed to finish it off, and because of that, the guy at the shrine said, "Hey, I think you're ready to take on Baramos, the Archfiend." We saw Baramos' castle when we were going to the cave, but we couldn't reach Baramos' castle because there was it's surrounded by water, and unfortunately our ratty heroes can't swim, and we can't warp the boat in there, so we're gonna have to find a different way to get to Baramos' castle. But luckily that way will appear once we offer the final orb to the altar down here in the like the Antarctica area. So that's what we're going to do, and that will unlock a new mode of transportation for us. So never matter where you what orb you put where, as long as you do all 6, you will get this dialogue. So once you offer all 6, just talk with one of the elf maidens here. We have waited so long for this day to come. Let us rejoice. Let us rejoice. The time has come. Awake! Awake! The time is high to fly the wings into the sky. Higher, higher into the sky. And then the egg cracks, and this bird comes out of it. And we'll learn who that bird is by talking with one of the elves again. Both elves say the same thing before and after, so... Legendary Phoenix Ramia has returned to life. Only he with heart that's pure can ride Ramia for sure. Well, we have a pure heart, so let's go hop on our bird. Spacey's the airship of this game. Like the airship in Final Fantasy, while we're flying, we won't get into any random encounters. Unlike the airship though in Final Fantasy, that could only land on grass, Ramia can land anywhere except for water and the steep mountains. So she'll be able to land on hills, she'll be able to land on the swamp, which we're going to do right here to go see this little area here. What is this place? We'll talk with the 2 soldiers who guard it. No one who has entered this pit has ever returned. So we have this pit up here that's surrounded by a brick wall. Where it goes, who knows? This is the great pit of Giaga. And they are there to guard the pit. So there's no way into this pit, but there has to be a reason for this pit to be here. You know, well, that'll become apparent a little bit later. So we could go to the Archfiend's castle right now, but there's another castle that we weren't able to get to, that now that we have Ramia we can get to. So, and this castle is very near where the Leaf of the Wall tree is, so we're going to warp to Dharma, which is pretty close to the Leaf of the Wall tree area, and also to the castle that we want to get to. Yeah, even though like we have no random encounters on Ramia, she still moves pretty slow, so that's why I'm just using the return spell to jump around, cut out the amount of time I'm flying. But let's stop here, grab that Leaf of the Wall tree to replace the one we had to use in the Necrogrond cave. And we just head north a little bit, and there's another castle that's surrounded by mountains. But unlike the Archfiend's castle, where somebody bad reigns, this is a good person here who lives in this castle. Now, this isn't necessary to beat the game. This is the castle of the Dragon Queen, which is nearest to the upper realms. But unless you like really grind levels and get really lucky, the item that you're going to get here is almost essential to beating the game if you're just playing normally. In the bonus episode I won't use this item, but in the normal playthrough I will. So the queen is ill, but it seems that she will lay an egg in exchange for her life. So the bunch of doorways we have to go through here. There's the castle is laid out symmetrically, so we'll leave on the left side. Anything on the right side is going to be on the left side. There'll be another dwarf on the left side that we can talk with. So it's a little the only thing tricky about this castle is sometimes you can't see where the door is, or there's a hidden passage. Like right here, you just want to head straight south. And that'll take you to the chamber of the Dragon Queen. You stand before the Dragon Queen. If thou possessest the courage to do battle with the Archfiend, I shall give it unto thee the Sphere of Light. I hope with this Sphere of Light that thou canst hasten the return of peace to this land, for I too am with child. She passes away but lays her egg. Given feeling the Final Fantasy II vibes there with the last dragoon laying the egg, last thing that she did. And then she told us to take the egg to the spring to the north of Deast, Castle Deast. And we did that, and eventually that egg hatched a wyvern, and we used that wyvern to fly into the cyclone. Check out that Let's Play if you haven't already. So yeah, I'm just running around here opening all these doors. There was no one on the room on the right side, there's no one on the room on the left side, but we have another dwarf on the room to the left here. We'll go talk with him, see what he has to say. I feel that the queen is quite near the end of her life. Well, she unfortunately has passed away. So, but we got that Sphere of Light, which sounds like the Ball of Light that Chicken used in Dragon Warrior 1. I wonder if they're related somehow. Well, we'll find out. After Chicken defeated the Dragon Lord, he got the Ball of Light, raised it up, and made all the monsters retreat. So that orb was held at Tantagel Castle, but then the Dragon Lord attacked, and he stole the orb and kidnapped Princess Luna there, and caused Chicken to have to rise up and save the world. Just like Prince Ernie and his friends, Tennison, Indian Sadie here, are saving this world. So, well, saving this world is going to take 2 trips through Baramos' castle. Baramos' castle is a pretty unique dungeon, because it doesn't feel like a dungeon, it's just going to feel like a town, because it's a castle, and we're going to be walking around on the outside in grass and stuff like that. Now that we random encounters and stuff, and we'll be jumping into the castle at times to make our way around. But it's a unique dungeon. It does feel like claustrophobic, like a bunch of the caves and stuff that we've done and other castles. So here's a new enemy. We could have ran into them in Greenland, where I did the farming to get the magic hat for Indy. But they're a really rare encounter. I think there's like a little over 1% chance to run into them. And in the hour and a half that I was doing grinding up there to get that magical hat, I didn't run into any of them. Otherwise I would have, kept it in there. But I know they're a common enemy here in the castle, so I wasn't too worried that I missed that during that grinding. So if you're to the north into the castle, there were some staircases that take us on some winding passages, takes basically to a dungeon. And that dungeon eventually will lead out this little shed here. So in order to proceed through the castle, I'm just going to ignore all those areas and head up the right side of the castle here, around that courtyard there. And there's going to be a staircase over here that'll take us back into the castle. Take us to the back end of the castle. So that's how this dungeon basically works. You're jumping in the castle, then you walk outside a little bit, and then you jump back in the castle. So it can be pretty confusing because there's a lot of dead ends. I actually end up taking it the wrong way, but I correct my turn real quick. So the goal of this first trip is just to get the 3 treasures that are hidden within and to get all the enemies. That way we won't have to be hunting for anything the next time we come into here. And we can go straight to Baramos. We don't take any detours to get the treasure, so this is the way we're going to go eventually to get to Baramos, but like I said, I went the wrong way. I'm like, I gotta get the treasure first. So I'm going to head over this way, and that's going to take me to the 3 chests. All 3 treasures are right in the same room, and they're all pretty good, well, I'd say mostly good treasures. We get a cursed helmet, the unlucky helmet, which reduces your luck to 0. Luck is a statistic that factors into how well you avoid status ailments such as dazzle, decelerate, kasap, snooze, even the instant defeat spells. So Don't really want to use the lucky helmet. It has really good defense though, but it's not worth the price to get all those status ailments. So, yeah, unfortunately in Baramos' castle, you can't warp outside, so that's another reason why, you know, I just want to get this treasure, and then leave, save my game, so I don't have to repeat back and come get that treasure again. The other item we got there, the other two items, we got the wizard ring, we know what that does, and then the other thing was the demon axe. It's not a cursed weapon per se, but it kind of has some negative penalties to it. It misses often, it has a high chance to miss, but it does have a high chance to crit as well, a 1 in 8 chance to crit. Everybody else has normally a critical hit rate chance of, you know, 1 in 64. So we're having 8 times more chance to get a critical hit, which is good against stuff like the Metal Babble, which we finally just defeated there. So when I run to a group like this that has a Metal Babble, basically I just had everybody else attack the other enemies, and then try to have Tennison attack the Metal Babble, because Tennison has the increased chance to get critical hits. When she gets a critical hit, the enemy's defense is ignored. So it doesn't matter if the Metal Babble has a max defense of 255. It's gonna act like it hasn't done it. So, we finally got to defeat that Metal Babble, which casts Fireball rather than just a blaze like the Metal Slime does, so it does more damage. But like the Metal Slime, it gives a lot of good experience. So, and we'll see the rewards of that experience right here. Every single one of our characters is going to gain a level. So, that is really, really nice. Every level we get just helps increase our stats, which will help us survive better against Baramos, who's going to be obviously the toughest challenge that we're going to be facing. So he's not the Archfiend for nothing. You know, he controls all these monsters, and you know, I guess in the monster world, you know, might makes right. So you have to be the toughest to command all the other monsters' respect and their loyalty. So we have another monster. We have 2 more monsters that we want to run into here, but they're both pretty common, so we'll be able to run into them. And like I said, then that way we won't have to worry about wasting time farming on our next trip into this castle, which will be basically just to head straight to Baramos, because we have no other objectives here, because we've got all the treasure. So all that matters is running straight to Baramos. Save our resources. Back here, back to this area. One of the good things about these, the location of these barrier tiles is there's only a 2 space gap between things, so by the time that Prince Ernie steps on the upper barrier, someone's still on the lower barrier, so we don't have to recast the barriers, the step guard spell to protect ourselves. That was a big problem in Dragon Warrior 2. They seem to just like purposely design things where like you'd have to step guard and then you get to another barrier, but you wouldn't have enough, everybody would be off the barrier by the time that you stepped on the new one, your party members, so you'd have to recast barrier over and over, or step guard over and over again when you're walking on the barriers. So, there's a new enemy there, the Stone Guardian. Kinda hit hard, have good high defense, but all they do is attack, so they're only going to basically hit like 1 target. Alright, let's get that gnome out of the way, cast our step guard, and then we'll head on back, because like I said, we've got to, can't cast outside to get out of the thing. And then let us escape that easy. So next time we'll go down to the staircase on the bottom, and that'll take us up to the top there, around, and then in the middle of the lake there, you see that little piece of wood there? That's where Baramos is at, so his throne room. Here we have our last new enemy one to run into, the Evil Mage. They cast a lot of spells, and they can also use some blizzard type breath attacks. So they can hit most of your party all at the same time. So it can be a very annoying enemy. Yeah, they have, they can cast Snowstorm, which hits everybody. They can hit, they can cast, Blazemore, a single target firing spell. They can use that, Flaming Breath that hits everybody for medium fire damage. And the most evil thing is, they can cast Heal All. So, that would restore them to full hit points. They can do that to, you know, any of the enemies that are hanging out with them, so... Yeah, definitely want to avoid that, so... but they have a really strong resistance to Stop Spell. 179 out of a 256 chance to avoid Stop Spell, so it's really hard to use that Stop Spell defensively against them, so... Just focus on them with physical attacks. We're almost out of here. And we can rejoice in knowing that we got all the stuff that Baramos was hiding from us. Just like the ship, when we return somewhere, Rami will follow us around. So let's go drop off some of this gear in the vault to open up some inventory space. Sell Prince Ernie's old dragon sword, and then we'll heal up at the end, and then I guess walk to Dharma, which is probably the closest place to the to Baramos' castle. So we got, like I said, we have another assault to do there. But like I said, we're gonna drop off a bunch of stuff here. A lot of this gear we'll come back and grab, like the Terror Armor, the Demon Axe. They'll all be good items when Sadie transfers into a soldier. So the armors are a good fit for her. The best armor for her, though, would eventually be the Sword Edge armor, but we'll keep that on Prince Ernie for now. Staff of Thunder is not really useful anymore. Tennison's doing so much more damage just a single targeting. So, especially with the improved critical hit rate. Her critical hit rate is her level divided by 256. Now at level 5, it's even better than anybody else's critical hit rate. So, alright, we'll go sell that sword, get some more money. Money is not important right now, but we still want to save our money here, though. We're gonna have to buy some important things later on. So, don't frivolously waste your money now. I guess the only thing you'd really want to buy here potentially would be maybe some medical herbs, if you're short on healing, but we have 3 main healers all to heal more spells, so shouldn't be a problem for us. Like I said, we'll just head here to the Shrine of Dharma, which is pretty close to Baramos' castle. We'll just hop on Rami in our next episode and fly down to finally confront Baramos, the Archfiend. So it's been a long journey. Are we fully prepared for it? Well, find out in the next episode when we finally take on the Fiend. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Bye.